you Rad Scientists. Miss Katie here, and I am so excited to get started on our first experiment for our Rad Scientist program. Today we are going to be making a non-Newtonian fluid. What's that? You know, it's Oobleck. You just take cornstarch and water and you have a non-Newtonian substance. It's just a fancy way of saying it doesn't act like scientists think it should act. It doesn't want to be a liquid, it doesn't want to be a solid. What is it? You know what it is? It's fun. So let's get started and let's make some Oobleck. Let's get started making our non-Newtonian fluid. If you came and picked up your science kit, then you will have a cornstarch cup like this, and you'll need water. That's it. You'll need a bowl to mix it in, a measuring tablespoon, and perhaps a tray to dump it out in and play with. And then I have these heavy balls we're going to do some experiments with. So we'll save those for later. Move the tray out of the way and get started mixing. First recipe calls for about a quarter of a cup and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. But they also say you just kind of got to play with it and see what happens. So if you have lots of cornstarch at home and your adults say it's okay, you can use a whole box and a cup of water. So we're just going to start small here. So 1 tablespoon of water. And you can use a spoon, but it's hard, so make sure your hands are clean and just kind of get your fingers in there. Ooh, it feels weird. All right. Another tablespoon. And you kind of just got to mix it up as you go. I feel like I'm going to need a lot more than 2 tablespoons. Directions say honey-like consistency. Oof. This is hard and runny at the same time. I think I'm starting to understand this whole non-Newtonian thing. More water. Oof. It's hard and then goopy. They say there's researching how to make armor out of this stuff because it's runny, but then when you push on it, it's hard. So it can protect you from hard objects flying at you like bullets on the battlefield. So I might have added too much water now. I might need more cornstarch. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's just, it feels weird. Ah, it's right. So when you like go to put it, your fingers kind of sink. All right. So I might have added a little too much water, but I'm not sure. All right, so now, let's look at this. Looks like it's wet, right? But it moves in a solid. And it crumbles. But then when you hold it, it trips. This one's kind of hard. All right, put that one in there. Now it's tray time. Let's do our experiments in our tray. So you see it pours like that. But then you hit it, it's hard. Look, it doesn't splash or anything. But then when you set your fingers in it, they sink. That is so cool. Pull your fingers out. goopy. It's drippy. But then when you hit it, oh, that's nuts. All right, let's try a ball here. These are a little heavy, not super heavy, but they are magnet balls. So let's try. If I let it sit there, it slowly has the water, but if I don't let it sit on there at all, let's see what happens. All right, ready? Boom! Yeah, comes right off. That's crazy. And it sinks in. Oh, that is so cool. And then, if you scratch it, look at it. Scratching it with my nails, and it comes off into like this powdery substance. Then when it goes back in, it absorbs. See how it's all crumbly? And then you drop it back in, and it absorbs into the fluid. So it's not a fluid, it's not a solid. Well, this just might be the most fun I've ever had. Now there are people, I can move it like that, and it slowly goes back. It's crumbly, but it's also drippy. Now, there are also videos of people filling up pools of this stuff and walking on it, but you can't walk slowly because you'll sink, and then you'll probably get stuck in it. So I imagine it'd be really hard to get out of this stuff, so I do not recommend doing that. But if you have enough to put in a little foot tub, that might be kind of cool. Try to stand on it for a second before you start sinking. Jumping on it. I think that'd be a fun experiment. Let me know what you do. You see how it's just crumbling and dripping at the same time? That, my friends, is non-Newtonian fluid. I can play with this stuff all day. It is amazing. All right. Happy sciencing. Remember, it's not magic, it's science.